Today's kind of meta. I'm going to talk about a situation and a problem and a solution that I've been working on. So I've got an old tripod that I absolutely love. It's an old Vivitar that I bought at Service Merchandise here locally, which Service Merchandise is no longer in business. I think I paid, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks for it 20 years ago. Absolutely love it. It's lightweight. I mean, extremely lightweight. It's versatile. It's got 3 sections for legs. It's got a hook on the bottom for weight. You can crank the top up and down. You can also tilt the head, which is difficult to see given that there's a black background. And you can tilt the head sideways, and you can go up and down. You can rotate. It's very functional, but it needs to be a little more functional. So what I was doing, or what I was planning on doing, going back to earlier print jobs, was I found this tripod head with plates that I like, and I thought, hey, I'll swap it out. That's not going to work. Not on this tripod. Because this uses just a bolt-on or screw-on, and this does not have that capability. And if I did remove the head of the tripod down to the joint, then I wouldn't have the tilt and the other tilt. So I thought, okay, let me see what I can figure out. And additionally, this is the plate that came with it. I thought it'd be nice to have additional plates because some days I'll shoot with my cell phone, some days I'll shoot with my old cell phone, some days I'll shoot with my Sony DSLR, or I may shoot with a GoPro. So having some quick options or having multiple plates might be of benefit. So I found a plate actually designed for this tripod, and it's pretty close. It's different. I mean, it is a different design, but it does fit-ish one way, but it doesn't lock. So, not getting into too terribly much detail. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah. So there's a little cam lever here that when put this base plate in, and it's always a bit tight. The cam lock locks it in, and the plate doesn't come out anymore. Okay, somebody designed the base plate to fit, and it goes in. So there's a tiny little lip right here that supposed to slide in this little groove, and when you do that, it doesn't go in. If I get the light, there's this little L groove that matches up with little notches here on the side. That doesn't work, so you have to put it in backwards. But then it's too tight for the cam to lock it down. It is held in place, but that's not quite secure enough. So I thought, hey, I'll modify the file. And so I took the notch that was one way, and I put it, I put it going both directions, and that actually matches the original base plate. Kind of, sort of. The dimensions are off. I need to remodel the whole thing if I were going to follow through with this. So I take the replacement. I took the little lip off of the front so that I no longer have to fight with that fitting in there. And now it still doesn't lock with the cam, but it is reversible, and when I reverse it, it still doesn't lock with the cam. So it's more a custom or more like the original, but it is not identical to the original. And so that whole purpose was just that I could easily swap some stuff out. So that's problem one with these guys. But I had a bit of an epiphany because I like these little stands that are adjustable. It's spring-loaded to hold cell phones. You can rotate them, mount it, to a plate, and stick it on the tripod. Mount it, or stick it over in this tripod, back and forth. Be able to move stuff around. And I keep losing these. I've got a really good one around here somewhere, and I don't know where it is. And then I've got a crappy one that is too small to hold my new phone. It'll hold my old phone, but not my new phone. So I needed a bigger one. And so I went to Walmart of all places, and I found this one called Bauer. And it's weird. This is the part that mounts to the tripod. And this would have to hang over the front of the plate or be at an angle, which that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. The bottom is spring-loaded. It does have foam padding here, but then the top got a little latch, and it extends considerably. It makes a lot of noise. And so I have two of these. And so if you know anything about cell phones and the cameras on the cell phones, the camera on what we call the front of the phone is higher quality than the camera on the back of the phone. But when I'm producing a video, I use the camera on the back of the phone so I can see what I'm recording. An infinite loop. So that's how I can see what I'm doing. It's by using that camera right there. Now, that doesn't produce the best video. I need to be able to use that. But I also need to be able to see what I'm doing. So my wife suggested to me, hey, you've got an iPad that's an older iPad that was given to you. It's a wonderful gift. Why don't you try to incorporate that somehow? I could do that. How could I do that? So with Android phones, there's a thing called AirDroid Cast. Or actually, let me back that up just a little bit. My new phone, as soon as I was going through and setting it up, it says something about screencasting. Screencast from my phone to another device like a TV or to another phone or to a tablet. I thought, okay. So I looked it up, and there's this app called AirDroid Cast. And it does cast to iPads. Score. So my thought is to create, this is where this comes in. I can simplify my problem by doing away with some of my problems. My intent is to go back to the original head, or one of these, it doesn't really matter. I'll probably use the original because it is much sturdier. I'll mount it to the top. And then what I want to do is have the front of the phone face out and the iPad face me so that I can see what the phone is recording and cast this to this. Not hard. Okay, so I've got two holders. I'll take the iPad off just because it's a little heavy. So put one on each side. I needed some material. This was a nameplate holder in the building that I work in. Nameplates slide in, and it's got two little holes to start with. Oh, and because it's got a shape like this, and it's aluminum, it's pretty strong. So if I take this, I need an extra hole to mount here. So I'll mount. Having a plate there doesn't help for this example. So I'll put in this guy, which is flat. Alright. This guy can mount on the top, just like this, and then I can mount using that hole right there, this right here, and this right here. Put an iPad and put my phone over here. I can see what I'm doing. So this is that's the lead in. So now I'll do this and I'll show you the end result. So opened up these two holes and made this new hole, and it's needs deburring. Use my deburring tool. Yay. Now I'm going to use, I forget which one it was. I think I was going to use this one. It's the one I modified. I was going to place this on top. And I was going to see if I had, hey, look at that. I got enough space for the head to go in there, for this to go through this way. And then, I don't know why I feel compelled to put a washer on there, but I do. And a wing nut, because sometimes you feel like a nut. And this time I do. Pretty solid. This is so very meta, adjusting my tripod to take pictures of my tripod. Alright, so I'm going to put this on here. And to attach my holders for the cell phone and for the iPad, I'm using these little camera tripod quick release D-ring yada yada blah blah blahs that I got off Amazon, and the holes are large enough. I may need a washer just to, let's see how much that eats up. Oh, look at that. So you can see the top of the threads come through, so that's got a hole all the way through it. That's nice to know. I think I'll still put a washer underneath there. And then do the same thing with this side. And I could probably swap this hardware out for something more permanent. But there they are, mounted. Now I'll make them look pretty. Okay, to complicate matters, I've switched to my old phone to show you the mount. The two mounts. There's the iPad. There's the new Android phone, which has a better resolution camera, and you'll obviously see the difference. And then now, dun, dun, dun. Trying not to capture all the crud in the background. But so now you can see me over there from the camera over there, which means that when I'm, oops, do it from over here. So it means so that when I'm talking to the camera, I can kind of see myself and make sure that I'm still in frame. There's a little bit of a delay. La la la, ba 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 ba. But this will be my new studio setup until the channel pays for, you know, more gear. There it is. Kind of cool, hip and groovy. It only took a couple of minutes to put together. Had most of the stuff on hand. One tiny little flaw. I can't touch the record button on the phone. So we'll figure that part out. So this was some of the best comedic footage captured ever by me, and something happened with the audio, not really sure. Anyway, I am demonstrating the use of the new tool here. I'm excited because I can see myself, and I figured out that I can hit the volume button on the phone to start the record, and I'm demonstrating again that I can see myself, I can put myself in frame, and I can talk to and about the thing that is there, which is in this case the 3D printer, at which point I do my best Vanna White. And now I realize I really should have wheels on a set of these so that I could roll it around, but then the rug on the floor would be problematic as well. It's higher quality video. Audio is still garbage because I can't talk. But now we have, I can tell that it's in frame and you're getting higher quality. Still, no idea what's wrong with the audio. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.